Hey guys, it's the Doc, and here's our next installment of the hashtag Ask Dr. Mudgil series of posts. And this one comes in from YouTube. It comes in from one of my lovely subscribers who's very active on our community. So thank you so much for your support and engagement. And here goes. Hi Doc. A couple of years ago, I noticed whenever I went out into the sun, I started itching at first. I didn't pay attention to it. I just thought maybe heat bumps, but when I went inside, I noticed there were no bumps on my body at all. I couldn't even go outside any longer than 10 minutes. My primary care doctor recommended a dermatologist and did a skin test, and when they got the results back, he couldn't tell me why I was having a reaction to the sun. The only thing that he could come up with was that my body was going through some changes. Even when I get in the shower, I start the water off hot, but then I have to change it to almost cold. So I started using Gold Bond to help with the itching. It helps a little, but not much. I want this floor as putting sunblock, which I've always done, and it still itches. I don't know, I'm just reading exactly what's here. I've actually scratched my skin so bad to the point where I broke the skin, and I no longer go outside during the summertime, which makes me miserable. I'll sit outside for about 5 minutes to get a bit of vitamin D, and then I have to go inside. My immune system has gone through some weird changes, and the doctor thinks that might be part of it. I'm at a point where I don't know what to do. Should I see a different dermatologist or keep hiding from the sun and work from home indoors, which drives me crazy because I'm an outdoor person? Advice would help. Thank you. Well, that's a very good question. I think, I'm sorry if I jumbled that middle part up. There was like some lack of punctuation and stuff like that, but again, it was just a quick YouTube comment that you fired out. But I think the general gist of what you're asking is, when you go out into the sun, you get really itchy, and it's driving you nuts because you can't go out into the sun, and you love going out into the sun. You went to see a dermatologist who sounds like did a skin biopsy, and it didn't yield much, so you're just kind of like in this gray zone. So my first answer is you need to get in to see another dermatologist. It sounds like, now again, I can't tell you definitively what I think you have. Well, I can't tell you definitively what you have, but I can tell you what I think you might have. So there's something called polymorphous light eruption, where folks generally have a reaction to sunlight the first few times they're exposed to the sun throughout the year, and then their skin kind of gets used to the sun. I'm not sure if that's exactly what's going on with you, because it sounds like you're having this issue throughout the sunny season or when you're in the sun, but part of that might be because your skin never really gets used to the sun. Your skin doesn't harden, and then what typically happens is this condition improves as the summer goes on. There also are other conditions that can make you sensitive to the sun. So there's some autoimmune conditions that can make you sensitive to the sun. Some medications can make you sensitive to the sun. So a skin biopsy isn't like huge yield for this, particularly if you're not having the active eruption. It sounds like you don't really get a rash. You're getting more of this itchy sensation. But the blood work can be very, very helpful. And a really good board certified dermatologist should know exactly what to order, the right types of tests to order. Obviously, if you're in the New York City area, come see the doc, and I'd be more than happy to help you kind of navigate through this and give you a specific diagnosis and some recommendations. But because I know you a little bit through YouTube, I know you're not from New York. But if you ever make it up here, of course, I'm happy to see you. But I'm sure you could find a good board certified dermatologist. I'm not sure exactly where you live, but you might need to kind of go to a bigger urban center to find one. So just whatever the closest big city is. And see a dermatologist there. They may be able to, they may have the know-how to do the appropriate tests, etc. But it is a pretty routine workup. Most dermatologists are aware of these diagnoses that cause photosensitivity, so you should definitely be able to find someone wherever it is that you are, get the tests that you need, get a diagnosis, and then start working your way to being able to enjoy the sun a little bit with sunscreen on, of course. So I hope that answers your question. Let's get it.